Hi everyone, this lesson is going to be a quick demo of factorising and simplifying these types of algebraic fractions. So the first job we have is to factorise. Let's begin with the numerator on the left. So when factorising, my advice is always to begin with first look for a common factor. If you can find a common factor, that will simplify your working from there on down. Next, I would look for something like a difference of two squares, something like a squared minus b squared, and we all know the rule that becomes a plus b, a minus b. And then the third thing I'd look for would be something like a monic quadratic expression. And then I suppose the fourth thing I'd look for would be just other quadratics, if they were there. And that's probably the order of increasing complexity as well. So let's begin with the easiest part, common factor. Focusing here on the top, the numerator, I can see that the first term divides by 4 and the 36 divides by 4. This could be 4 with x squared subtract 9. Excellent. Now let's continue with the easy bits. The numerator on the next one has a common factor of 2, leaving x plus 3. The denominator of that one also has a common factor of 2, leaving x plus 7. Now the quadratic. So the quadratic here is monic because we have a positive 1 for the value of a. And remember, when dealing with quadratics, we need to find a value that multiplies to equal a times c. In this case, negative 21. And the same two values that multiply to do that have to add to equal b, in this case 4. So let's pause for a moment and have a bit of a search. I could think 1 times 21. Now looking at this, we need numbers that multiply to be a negative number. I know that the two factors, one would have to be negative, one would be positive. I also want them to add to be a positive value. So I'll make the smaller one a negative number and the larger one positive. Now they do not add to equal 4. So let's keep looking. I could have negative 2. Actually, that doesn't work. 2 does not divide into 21. What am I thinking? I could have negative 3 multiplied by 7. That gives negative 21. And negative 3 added to positive 7 does give the 4. So those are the two numbers we're dealing with, negative 3 and 7. So my quadratic trinomial over here becomes x minus 3, x plus 7. That's good. Now let's see where we can go from here. Well, I think the next thing that I want to do is deal with the difference of two squares. I have an x squared subtract 9 there, and I recognize that of course 9 is the same as 3 squared. So that's 4, and then it'll be x plus 3 times x minus 3. The denominator of that one was x minus 3 times x plus 7. Now a divide by for a fraction, we multiply by the reciprocal. In fact, I could cancel those 2's, couldn't I, to make my life easier? So it would be x plus 7 in the numerator and x plus 3 in the denominator. So it's completely factorized, and it's all multiplications, which means if there are common terms, I can cancel. So x plus 7 cancels, x take 3 cancels, and x plus 3 cancels. All I'm left with is the number 4. Literally, it is 4 over 1, or 4. So that one turned out to be rather neat. Remember, factorize everything first, look for common factors, look for differences of squares, look for monic quadratics, and if the quadratics are not monic, you'd have to use the splitting the middle term process. Okay, that's enough for this one. Thanks for watching.